Okay. So we'll do an EFT tapping on tending to your own inner garden and giving yourself the freedom to grow within yourself. So seeing where you are on a subscale, so a subjective unit of distress scale, 10 being your garden is completely out of control and needs a bit of maintenance. 0 being your garden is pretty smick, pretty good. Rating it on a scale of 10 to 0, and remember this is a subjective scale, so it doesn't have to be accurate. And we'll do a setup statement 3 times on either side of the hand, and then move into the point. So whenever I say something, you can either verbally say it or just say it in your mind. So even though I have this inner garden that might have got out of control, it might be constricted by a few weeds, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, even though I have this inner garden within myself, and I really want it to flourish and do well in life. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, even though I may have learned some bad gardening techniques along the way that have not helped the growth of my inner garden. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. My inner garden, this inner garden within me, all this inner garden may have been constricted by some emotional weeds that have been rooted deep inside of me. And been constricting my system. All this inner garden. All this lack of growth. As much as I try to grow my inner garden, with the knowledge I've picked up along the way, I seem to be doing more harm than good. I seem to be causing myself more harm than good. And I really don't intend to. I'm trying to do the best that I can with the knowledge that I've acquired along the way of how to tend to my inner garden. And maybe these gardening experts that I've acquired this knowledge from just sort of picked it up along the way as well. And they might be teaching me gardening techniques that are causing more harm than good. Harm to my inner garden. So I'm going to pay attention to that. Because if I've got a rose bush, they say the best way to grow a rose is to put a flamethrower to it, project all this anger towards it. It might completely burn that rose, bush, or it may even stunt its growth. And I don't want that for my inner garden. I want it to flourish. And there might be some people that have said to me, the best way for life to flourish in its most natural way is to put as much restrictions around it as possible. To put as much constrictions around it as possible. Because that's the only way this inner garden will learn on how to do what it does naturally. So I might free myself from some of these constrictions. I might free myself from some of these restrictions I've put upon myself so that my inner garden can grow more naturally. So that my emotions can grow more naturally. If some of these emotions get out of control, I'll tend to them with some self-care and some self-love. And who knows, if I really honestly do my gardening work, if I look deep within myself, into my inner garden, and tend to my needs, and tend to my emotions, I might even flourish. And people might even enjoy my inner garden and spend some time with my inner garden and enjoy the smell of the roses. And if I don't tend to my inner garden, if I let it go out of control, then there might be things in this garden that might hurt myself or might hurt others. So I might look within myself, clear out the thorns, clear out any debris, so that it's safe for me to be in my inner garden. And it's safe for others to experience my inner garden. Because wouldn't that be great? Instead of fearing my inner garden, I completely loved my inner garden. And I might want to love my inner garden a bit more. Because if I ignore my inner garden, it tends to go out of control. I'm tending to my inner garden. I'm nurturing my inner garden. I'm giving myself nurturing. I'm giving myself the self-love that I deserve. I'm giving myself the self-care that I deserve. So that my inner garden can flourish and I can experience some freedom in this inner garden. and not feel so constricted in body, mind, and soul. Taking a deep breath in. Seeing where you sit on that sud scale, is that 0 to 10? It may have gone up, it may have gone down. If it's gone up, maybe repeat the video or other videos that are on our YouTube channel, the Eflowtion channel. Or alternatively, as the YouTube channels are very global and you want to deal with your specific issues, definitely book in with either myself or my wife, Rebecca, another EFT practitioner. And even Soma Breath can help you free yourself and give you the nurturing, the energy to actually empower your inner garden. And I think it's quite a respectful thing to do to yourself. And if we respect ourselves and respecting how our own inner garden flourishes, then that flows onto others as well. And definitely spending time in your own inner garden. There's probably some parts in that inner garden that we are a bit shadowy and we don't want to go into. But sometimes when we do go into it, we find that, that might have been actually where all the goodness lied. It was just scary to actually go into. But as EFT and Soma Breath are a great way to go into that without having to relive. Rather than we tend not to relive, we reduce experiences. So EFT can be a great way to reduce some of these fears that we have within our own inner garden. So once again, I'm Dion from Eflowtion, and I look forward to maybe having a one-on-one with someone that wants to tend to their own inner garden. So until next time, have an awesome and lovely day. Bye.